Are we good? Just let me know if you've started. Afif? Oh, go. All right. So hi again, and welcome to our final session for the program, the AWIFTEP program at AFIF. And this session is special because we're really focusing on telling impact films. And I have here Chinecherem Eze, who is the CEO of Hisbox. And I'm going to allow you to tell us a little about Hisbox. And we're so happy you came on board with your grant, your impact grant, Hisbox Foundation grant for impact films. But first of all, tell us about Hisbox and why you set up Hisbox. Tell us what Hisbox is.
Okay, so thank you, Inya, for having me, and thank you to all the Film for Impact team. I was actually very excited for Hisbox Foundation to be a part of this, because honestly, anything that would impact, just like the word or the company, anything that would impact people or like that would add value to the industry, that's something we're always looking out for and always interested in. And yeah, so Hisbox, we're a very new brand VOD and streaming platform. We launched on September 11th. And what Hisbox is, again, we're a streaming platform, but besides that, we're also a distribution company, and we're also into production. So that means we also create contents. We make our own movies, original content. We commission other producers to also create content for Hisbox. And that's pretty much what we're about. But what inspired Hisbox for me was, it was just a lack of representation in terms of, for example, me growing up in Nigeria and coming here, living in the States. Before, like a few years ago, so many platforms that I had access to here. When I would go on there, I would look for movies. Most of the movies I would see, like rarely would they have our contents there. But even if they do, it would be, for example, like we're all familiar with YouTube. Like sometimes the audio is not very great, some of the picture quality, and I'm like, we have better movies like this. And not only that, we can tell better stories. And this was where Hisbox came in. And again, when we launched, one of my biggest goal was in terms of I wanted to tell untold stories. There are so many beautiful stories out there, whether it's stories of Africans in the diaspora, or like stories of other races as well. They are just like very beautiful stories that are waiting to be told. And I was like, yeah, let me create a platform and give people that voice and that opportunity to also share their own stories. And even with like the grants that Hisbox has been giving out, and especially like for this one, we're just very excited to give out those grants, because we want to hear other stories. We want to hear filmmakers tell their genuine stories, and that's really what's interesting for us, and that's what Hisbox is really committed to doing. Yeah,
absolutely. That's brilliant. I mean, I know of your grants. You've been giving 25,000 in amount of grants for films, and I know a few beneficiaries so far, and it's just been awesome. We need more platforms like this. But then with you have a diverse background. You are a runaway actress, I would say, because you're not so active anymore, but then you would, yes, and then you're an investor. We've been talking throughout the sessions, throughout this week, we've been talking about funding being a major issue that people have. What sparked the interest in you in impact films? What made you think, oh, I want to fund films, but I want to fund impact films? Because what people have been saying, especially filmmakers, is that a lot of people say, oh, I want my return in investment, and I don't think the impact films would do it for me. I mean, I don't believe that. I believe that everything is about marketing and telling a good story. But then that has been the notion of, most of the investors that a lot of filmmakers have spoken to. To you, what's made you really passionate to say, I'm investing money. I know I'm investing money. I'm happy that I'm taking all the risks, but then my focus is to tell, number one, untold stories, like what Hisbox is about, and also impact films. Why? What struck that? need?
So, honestly, yeah, me having been in that situation and in that shoe of being very young and looking for like money at some point to create my own content or make my own film. And I really wished that someone maybe gave me a chance at the point or even gave me a grant. So at the point, it didn't even like, I didn't even know so much what I was doing, but I really wanted to do something. So for me, it was a passion. So when it comes to Film for Impact, one of the reasons why I'm really interested in funding them is, even if like, let me go into the Bible said, do not neglect the days of little beginnings. So even if I don't get, even if there's no return on investment, at least a life was impacted or a life was changed or a story was told. And no matter how, maybe if it's not even the best, like, I don't know, even if the quality is not the best, or if the movie didn't make so much money, sometimes everything is not really about money. It's just about even just fulfilling someone's dream. This could be someone's dream of just winning this grant and making something, creating something. So, and it's gone down for them in the history, because at the end of the day, if this doesn't even like make so much money, at least it's a step it's a step on the ladder. And definitely in the future they're going to remember, like by the time they make their movies, $1 billion movies and stuff, they will always remember that, oh, there was a time that there's a Film for Impact gave us this grant for us to be able to make this movie. And it just adds to the story. So that's really what I'm interested in.
Fantastic. And I've seen cases where people would make a short film and then that would blow them from there. So I totally relate with what you're saying with the examples that you're giving. And then for some people, it's just a boost of confidence for them to see, put themselves out there to say, oh, I won this grant and this showed me really what I can do. On Hisbox, you said, yes, it's a growing platform, but at the same time, I know there's some content there. And then you said there's more coming and you're commissioning and producing more. You also spoke about the streaming. That's the streaming part of it, but then you haven't spoken about the distribution part of it. The conversation we had this morning was on marketing. We had it with Omar from Wildflower PR, and we spoke about marketing. We spoke about distributing, and we spoke about alternative platforms. And some of the things that Omar was saying was really about platforms where you could self-distribute. She spoke about Facebook, and she even mentioned Hisbox. So please tell us a little about, for every filmmaker, whether it's upcoming or established filmmaker that is out there right now who have content and they're saying, look, no distributor would take my content. Are you saying you can bring it to Hisbox and Hisbox would take it, or Hisbox would do it? How does that work? The self-distribution, how does it work?
Yeah, absolutely. So Hisbox, again, thank you for mentioning that. We do have we really wanted to give, because with Hisbox we're different in the sense that we've been there. Like I myself, I'm a producer, so I know the struggles. I can totally relate. It's not just some company that came out from the blues and they don't understand the markets or the industry. So I do know what it means to, like, especially if you have a project you're holding very dear to your heart, you want to be able to see like the distribution go. You want to watch, it's your baby, you want to watch it grow. So with Hisbox, we offer self-distribution. And with that, filmmakers or producers, they can bring their contents to us. And then we have this pay-per-view option where we're able to distribute it for them. They self-distribute technically on our platform, and then we share whatever the revenue percentages are. At that point, we negotiate with the filmmakers. But at the end of the day, we want them to have monopoly. We want them to be able to control their content. That is their content. It belongs to them. So that's that part of that pay-per-view or pay-per-click option. And then what it does is it gives the filmmaker, the owner, that opportunity to be able to market and let people know, hey, they can come to Hisbox and watch it. But also we also do marketing where we're like, oh, we have this new beautiful movie on our platform, come support this filmmaker, come watch it, check it out, and things like that. So yeah, that's how
that is amazing.
You're welcome.
That is amazing. To get support on marketing as well is amazing. So the grant that Hisbox is giving from at AFIF is $2,000, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
And the focus is that you either make a short film or you make a documentary. And to apply for the grant, they need to go through AFIF. So the process, I'm just reading the brief that I've been giving. They go through AFIF. And the process is you apply for the grant, AFIF would do a selection and then give us the best out of the selection, and and then Hisbox will select the final or the winner would select the winner in that way. And then within, I think the duration, if I'm correct, is December to give this grant. So applications are open for the next 1 week. And then for the rest of November, selection goes on. And then in December, the winner is chosen. And then what the agreement there is that Hisbox takes the rights to the US, and then the filmmaker gets the rights to exploit it in the rest of the world, is what it is. And it also goes on Hisbox as well. And I feel like a lot of filmmakers should take up this opportunity, because it would be an opportunity to launch them, whether they're trying to get their work out there and whatnot. Just do a compelling pitch. With a compelling pitch, they put it out, and then the winner is selected. Have I relayed the information right?
Absolutely.
Is there anything I'm
missing? It's just like
you need to pay me. You need to pay me. So does anyone have any question from people watching? Do you have any question about the grant? Please go ahead and ask if you do. It's $2,000. Do you have any question about it? But then it's for either a short film or a documentary, something that fits within the budget, just to help and boost your filmmaking experience. Anyone? Let me see. Let me check the chat and see if anyone put up a question in the chat. Okay, no one. So yes, that's what this session is about. Chinechrem, I would like to thank you again. And I would like to thank Hisbox for the opportunity for the grant. Everyone will get information from AFIF on how to apply for it. They may get it today or tomorrow on how to apply. And then we look forward to possible partnerships in future, where you partner with some of the filmmakers that are watching, and you guys go on Hisbox, find out about it. It's a platform that is still accepting films. They're still accepting films. If you want to self-distribute, or you want to put your film on the platform, or you want to partner, they also have, should I tell them about the other grants you have? They also have another grant. For $25,000. I saw that on your website. Another grant for $25,000. You can go on their website and see if you fit in to apply. If you have a wonderful project that is that hits on diversity, right? And it's unique, because one thing I saw there was telling untold stories. So it's okay. Websites. People are asking me for websites. You pay me. Let me tell you what the website.
I will pay you. Let's talk later. How much? What's your rate?
So it's www.hisbox.com, isn't it? HISSBOX.com. So go on their websites, find more information. What email can they? What do you have an email that they can send?
They can send content@hisbox.com.
Okay, content, CONTENT for content at hisbox.com. So if you have any questions about content, send it to content@hisbox.com. And just apply, send it to your friends, send it to anyone you know who is interested in making films, because this is a great opportunity. It's promoting diversity, and they're open to telling untold stories. So whatever story you've been finding it difficult to fund, it may be Hisbox that would, get that funded for you. Thank you once again, Chinechrem, and thanks to everyone who joined this session. I know it's very short, but it's just to tell you about this grant, about this wonderful platform, and also to thank our lovely guests for coming on here and telling us about the grants. So yeah, Thanks, everyone. And I will catch you later. Thank you, Chinechurem. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye. Talk to you later. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you. Bye.